What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we are going to talk about pandemic EBT, SNAP benefits. I want to talk about the April and May emergency allotments that have been extended. We're also going to dive into the possibility of one state receiving a $2,000 stimulus check. We got multiple cities trying to provide $1,000 per month for some type of guaranteed income program, and also $500 monthly benefit checks as well. So a lot of stuff to discuss, but let's break down what's currently going on. Because the other day I asked, what state are you from? Last week I asked, what are you guys mostly worried about? Is it inflation? Is it specifically food costs, gasoline prices? What is it, right? And the majority of people are saying that it is pretty much food. Food is the big thing. Not only are we seeing shortages, but we're also seeing the supply chain severely disrupted, which is causing prices to shoot up. Now, this is one of the reasons why I continue to do these pandemic EBT benefit videos, because I know a lot of you guys like seeing that, okay, my state's included, I'm going to get additional benefits. So we are going to discuss that, all right? Make sure you stick around to the end of this video so you know which cities are planning on doing a guaranteed income pilot program, and also what's going to go on and why more of these cities are looking into this additional benefit. All right, so make sure you stick around for that. But first, let's go over which states have been approved for the SNAP emergency allotment for April, since obviously we still have a little bit over a week in the month of April, and then we'll dive into which states have already been approved for May. As of yesterday or 2 days ago, there was only one state, that was North Carolina. Now we got multiple states, so that's already good news. Let's dive right into it. So for April, the emergency allotment is going to the following states. We have Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Those are the states that have already been approved for the emergency allotment in April, which is this month. For May, so for next month, here's the states. Okay, we don't have all of them. We only got a handful, but here are the states that have already been approved. This is good news, because just 2 days ago, it was only one state. Now, I believe we have like 8. So, the states that have already been approved are District of Columbia, New Hampshire, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, and Wisconsin. That is the entire list as of April 21st. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That's the entire list as of right now, but more states are going to be added. Now, and of course, let's get to and address the school year 2021 through 2022 pandemic EBT benefits as well. Because and I want to be very clear on this, in order to get this benefit, your child has to, or would have had to miss 5 consecutive days of school, okay? And then you would start to get benefits, right? So here are the states that would be included. There's American Samoa, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Indiana, Kentucky, Maine, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Puerto Rico, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. That is the list, all right? And as you can see, more benefits are still being paid out, and this is a huge relief, because we didn't get any clear indication as to what was going to happen after we saw the April 15th deadline come and go, all right? So millions of families would have been negatively impacted if benefits expired. The good thing is states are continuing to pay these out. States are continuing to submit their plans and get approval. So that is good news right there. And again, food is getting more and more expensive. And some experts say it's going to continue to get more expensive, not because we are seeing just inflation, but because of the supply chain disruptions. That's going to be a bigger impact than inflation. Okay, so again, just keep that in mind. The reason why prices might be going up is because of supply and demand. It's mainly supply. That is the catalyst that we're seeing. Again, and I've been trying to provide some updates as to why we're seeing these food shortages. Again, we saw bird flu that's impacted like 24 million birds or poultry. So again, it's a big impact. So just keep all that stuff in mind. Now, let's also address some other additional benefit programs as well. And when I asked you guys, what states are you guys from? Where are you watching from? The reason I wanted to know is because, I talk about different states. I talk about California, I talk about New York all the time, right? 2 main states and Texas. Well, those are only 3 states. We're missing a lot of states. Now, the reason I talk about those states is that's because that's where the majority of my audience is from. But again, I do not want to exclude anybody. It doesn't matter if you're from, Rhode Island, whether you're from, even if you're from Canada or Mexico, I still want to include you, all right? So if you're from a specific state or country, let me know exactly where you're from. But here are some additional benefit programs. And the reason I bring this up is because there's more stuff coming out. Keep in mind that states have, okay, and I know a lot of people are saying, well, states have to provide us with this benefit, with any additional relief because of all that money that they received from the American Rescue Plan, the $350 billion. Well, the states have to give that back to the residents and provide it to the state because if they don't, they're going to lose it. And I got a lot of questions. Well, shouldn't states be providing that already? Didn't it already expire? No. This didn't expire in 2021. It's not going to expire in 2022. The deadline doesn't even come up until 2023. You know when the deadline is? The deadline for when states have to use all of their funds or else give it back to the government, that's on December 31st, 2024. Yeah. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at all these different programs that are coming out. They could be coming out for the next couple of years, right? It's not just all of a sudden going to happen just right now. But here's a city that is launching a new, their own guaranteed income pilot program, and they're going to be doing this very soon. The program will actually provide 200 families with $1,000 per month for 2 full years. And this is in the city of Baltimore, Maryland. Now, the application process will be done online between May 2nd and May 9th. It's just 1 week. And applicants must be between the ages of 18 and 24 years old. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And I believe the income limit, I believe you cannot make anything over 300% of the federal poverty limit. If you make anything over that, you will be excluded. In Pennsylvania, I've addressed this before. The governor has proposed $2,000 stimulus checks. Okay, $2,000 checks. It's still unclear whether or not this is going to go through or not. Some are speculating that no, this doesn't have a chance. But I am here to tell you that yes, it does have a chance. It's just not a high probability. Okay, I'm not saying it's 99% going to pass. This is probably more like a 30% pass, 70% not going to pass. Okay, so just keep that in mind. In Austin, Texas, the city council is expected to pass a $1.8 million bill to provide $1,000 guaranteed income checks to 85 residents for 1 full year. Now, I just want to come out and say that this vote has already been kicked down the road. Okay, they're kicking the can down the road already. This is going to be voted on in 2 weeks. The city council wants to wait an additional 2 weeks before they vote. So I don't expect this to happen. It's obviously not going to happen this month. I don't expect we're going to see checks in May. We could potentially see some very soon, but it will probably be a little bit, all right? Because we still got the application process. They got to review the applicants, and then they would approve them. Then they would issue the check. So my guess is checks in Austin, Texas would come out sometime towards the end of the summer, maybe early fall. We also know, and this is a big one, Chicago's Universal Basic Income Program will open its application portal on April 25th. That is in 4 days. The application process will be for about 3 weeks. It's going to go from April 25th through May 13th. Now, this is going to be for $500 checks per month for 100,000 residents. Okay, it's a big program. This is going to come as more of a lottery. You submit your application and they randomly pick 5,000 people that will get $500 checks every single month. So the nice thing about this is as long as you are eligible, you have a chance of being accepted, okay? Because it's a lottery. That's all it is. They're going to randomly choose 5,000 people. And again, Chicago's Universal Basic Income pilot program is going to be one of the bigger ones. This is going to be one of the bigger ones. So just keep this in mind because, you know, Los Angeles County has already done one. Chicago's doing one. We could see more big cities starting to implement universal basic income programs. If they do, guess what happens? Usually the cities that are nearby start to pick up on their own different programs, start to give their own, you know, guaranteed income. And when this happens, it just starts to trickle out and more people are going to start, you know, more cities are going to start to do their own programs and we're going to see more people receive universal basic income. So that's what we know at this time. Again, there's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of new benefits that are coming out. So if you're currently struggling, I highly recommend you go and apply for these different programs to see if you qualify. And again, don't go and lie. Don't go and misrepresent yourself. Okay, make sure you are telling the truth. Make sure you are sticking to your actual income numbers. Okay, don't try to falsify information. They will figure it out. Okay, so make sure if you do need the benefits, go and apply. And if you don't, leave them there for somebody else. All right. So again, that's what we know at this time. As always, once we know any more information about pandemic EBT, SNAP benefits, food stamps, or anything else, I promise I will bring you those updates as soon as possible. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.